we a country that eats 2 to 3 meals out of 4 meals at home, psychologically I'm not spending on food. The moment I start spending outside home on food, how do they make it affordable? And for us, affordability is 5-10 rupees.
Yeah,
right?
every penny.
If you look at the entire cost structure from raw material, packaging material, manufacturing cost, transportation cost, all put together, still achieving a 10 rupees price point and that taste, right? It's a Herculean task. Yes, the recipes are compromised. Yes, they are massified, but they are mass brands.
So we are setting off to a journey from Biscoff to Ozempic.
Fair, yeah. I mean, if you cumulatively look at an Ozempic injection and the cumulative spends you had on Lay's, it balances.
Yeah.
You would have made the right choice.
Yes. Let's see.
Is that your nariyal folding thingy?
It's a cue that now it begins.
Okay.
Many F&B brands these days feels familiar, the way they look and talk. In your perspective as a senior brand F&B consultant, where can communications truly break the clutter without adding to the noise?
10 years back or even beyond that, right? The pressure of all the F&B brands was to shout out how I am tasty, right? Everybody wanted to bring out taste to life. So how would a KFC say that I'm tastier than McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
And build on that category. We started with that, right? And it's still gonna be relevant for the years to come. Fast forward today, everybody's in the rush to say how am I healthy and tasty. Unfortunately, the most unhealthiest product category, Maggie, right, fried maida with MSG, did the campaign of health be taste be, right? It all started with that by just putting 2 P's on the pack, right?
Yeah.
So today, if you ask me what should brands really focus on and how can they declutter from a communications perspective, is I think go back to basics, right? The first thing they should ask themselves is, why did I build this line of product? Marketing 101 says that you don't sell your product, you sell benefits, right? And that's still true. And you have to peel the layer of onions by saying why. Why would the consumer buy me? And second is figure out the how. I think if you get the why and the how right, you will be able to declutter for sure, right? And when I say how is, now how do I communicate this to my target audience? It also starts with defining who your target audience is. It's not an easy exercise. It has never been and it will never be.
Yeah.
If you,
especially in F&B.
yes, and your target audience definition can always evolve. Bridge the gap of your product benefits with the target audience. I think if you get this right and how you need to communicate with them, right, I think that's where all the decluttering happens. Let me give an example. How do you bring taste to life, right? Today you cannot say, hey, I'm the tastiest burger out there, right? Or I'm the tastiest yogurt out there. I think you bring out by saying that, hey, I have innovative flavors, I have natural flavors
Yeah.
made with real mangoes or whatsoever it is, right? I think that's how you bring out taste to life, right? How do you bring health to life?
Yeah.
Maybe it has minimal ingredients, right? It's made using just 4 ingredients that you can find in your kitchen. Can you give insight about the food tech that has gone behind it? In the fresh food industry, why do you think the Michelin star restaurants or in the restaurants in India are bringing the chefs on the forefront? Did you ever see a chef coming out and making an
No.
Instagram reel 10 years back?
No, not at all.
Today all the restaurants are named after the chefs. That's the change we are seeing. Because I want to know who's making my food, who's putting the food on my plate.
But that's very similar to brands as well at the end of the day. Like the amount of information we give out about who has made this, why have they made this, it's taking focus to the founder instead of the product. And the best example for this question I can say is Amul. I had to literally do my research. Who has created Amul in India? It's such a legacy brand, right, at the end of the day. Unlike when people communicate about brands through their founders, I kind of feel like I am not relying on that guy to eat what he's selling.
So Amul is not founder driven, yet it's a legacy brand.
Correct.
I think that's the right example of the question that you asked me, that Amul decluttered. I think I still remember the ad of Amul slice. It's cheese. Today, if you ask, cheese is not healthy. But the way Amul positioned cheese, that
it's like taste of India.
No, taste of India is the halo brand
Yeah.
effect, right? एक slice में एक दूध का calcium. I think that's where we bought into Amul.
What worked really well for two brands, one was Parle-G and Amul, was having that Amul girl and Parle-G having that one kid in the packaging. And it still sustains.
Actually, it's the Parle-G girl.
Yeah,
And
Parle-G
the
girl
Amul
and
was
Amul
more
girl.
mascot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mascot, but till date we see these hoardings and she's topical.
Sure.
Right? And she's talking about everything that's going around the world. It has never stopped talking about only now or yesterday. It's timeless, basically.
I think Amul also did what fantastically well is what I actually mentioned, the benefit of the product.
Yeah.
Amul has the halo effect of health on you because milk, right?
It
Today
does.
in the world of 70%, if I'm not mistaken, Asians are lactose intolerant,
Oh,
right? And so is the case with Indians. Why did you think vegan milk happened to us, right? Or globally and then now in India?
I think it took it. There was a research behind it. It had a lot more to do with after an age of 6 years old, milk stops benefiting you.
Correct. But culturally, what is the first thing your mom gave you when you were under the weather? A hot milk?
Yeah.
With
Haldi.
Haldi milk, right? Milk was the solution for everything. And that's exactly what Amul did. Just fed milk to you and the benefits of milk to you in the most amazing way that you still trust the brand, right?
Yeah, I do.
The kind of revolution from setting up the cooperatives to the supply chain and all of that. How do brands keep building relevancy? Amul has done it fantastically. Today it sells high protein lassi. It also does lactose free milk.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of proteinification that
I
has
still remember
happened.
this Amul Cool Chili or pill. This is
Oh, I don't know about that.
this is like
But-
canned milk they were selling.
Yeah,
I
so
was like,
from
wow.
selling milk to proteinifying your beverages and food, I think that's a true legacy brand. And again, to answer your question, Amul has always decluttered themselves
Yeah.
by staying relevant, building the kind of the products they have. It's a mass brand.
So
right?
basically, product is the king.
Of course,
It remains to be, no matter what happens.
it will, and it has to be, no matter how big you grow.
Fair enough. Do you believe innovation in India only succeeds when it respects nostalgia and emotion? Do brands use these cultural cues as a marketing shield to distract consumers from highly processed modern ingredients?
First, understand the dynamics of food, right? Food is memories,
Yeah.
right? Memories, the biggest cue of memory is, or one of the biggest cue of memory is nostalgia and emotion. Every second entrepreneur we speak to who's not from the food industry, they said, oh, you know what, I have this amazing recipe that my mom made. I'm like, okay.
They
And
live
I
in
think my mom is
nostalgia.
the best chef in the world. Because food is memories and memories are attached to emotion and nostalgia. It's a big cue for food marketing, right?
Yeah.
Paperboard did it fantastically well.
Oh, yes.
In
of
the world
course.
of canned juices, they're like, hey, I will not give you a canned orange juice which is a year old. Can I give you something different? The entire brand is built so amazingly well on memories and nostalgia. And obviously they did that. No preservatives, no sugar and all of that.
Even the packaging.
Even the
is-
packaging was different. And eventually they had their own manufacturing. So today we are working with one of the energy bar brands. And we developed a besan laddu into a bar format. It's such a brilliant product. The guideline of the brand is on the pack we should not have any alien sounding ingredient, which I don't find in the kitchen. It put us under a lot of pressure to deliver that because मुझे सिर्फ kitchen का ingredients use करना है और एक packaged product deliver करना है with a 4-month shelf life, right? But today I use that bar for my distant running because my coach told me that you need to eat every 10 kilometers. You need to get the calorie. I have had so many protein bars from the Whole Truth, etc. and all of that. But today I think I consume that because I love it. I would still savor that besan laddu. And this is what I tell my clients as well, that as much as you think India eats differently, it will not for the next 50 years. The reason is very simple. We started eating out 60 years back oddly, right? Eating out still is more celebratory for us, right?
Yeah.
It's still occasion driven and all of that. 4 out of 3 meals we have it at home. So ghar ka khana is so deeply ingrained to us, right? Now you start throwing prebiotic soda at me. How will I consume it? So first is we are using nostalgia emotion as building relevancy. We never give two faffs about turmeric until COVID happened to
Yeah.
us. And now we have realized, oh wow, turmeric is such a superfood. So we have so many things from the recipes, our own recipes to these ingredients, which I think can be built from a relevancy perspective and can bring out nostalgia emotions, right? And great line of products and brands and communication can be built around it. Are the brands using to cover up the processing of ingredients? Probably not, because fried hai to fried hai. I cannot cover it by saying
Yeah.
my mom used to fry it, so we are frying it. No. I think the way we are bringing it to life is through flavor formats or form factors.
Right. You recently noted that brands like Biscoff changed the recipes for the Indian market to enable affordability and scale. Is this truly localization for access, or is it a hidden dilution of product quality that marketers hide behind marketing and Indian palates?
Yes, there is a negative connotation to this. I don't know if you saw after, I think I made a LinkedIn post on this
Yeah.
as well.
That's how I found you, yes.
Okay. And so many people made a post.
Everybody is talking about
No,
it.
not just that. Then they started showing the comparison of Fanta formulation in US, Fanta formulation in India, and how they're different. First, let's understand why this is done, right? So, take Biscoff example, right? There is a recipe, okay? And I'll give you Cadbury example also on this. Cadbury is a global brand, right?
Yeah.
One of my employee is ex Mondelez. Right?
Oh.
And we were talking about this few days back. She told me that Australian Cadbury is a lot more sweeter than Indian. Even if I replicate the same recipe on the formulation and the SOP in India, it will not taste the same because sourcing. The sourcing of the raw material that goes in making it. So the specifics of the sugar in India is different from the sugar in other countries. The processing is different. The first taste differs there. The salt in India is different from the salt that they make
Right.
out there, right? So if I even were to replicate the exact formulation, exact recipe, it will not taste the same. So that is your first answer. Second is localization. Definitely. So I'll give you an example. I'm not even here talking about the can you mac aloo tikkify my burger, right? That is extremely hardcore localization, right? But Indians prefer things, when it comes to indulgence, we prefer things a lot more sweeter, right? Sweeter, saltier, and all of that.
Okay.
Comparatively. And today, these brands first try to localize. When Indians prefer things a lot more sweeter, I will make my chocolate sweeter. We don't consume so much dark chocolate here. There's still.
But is it such a big difference? Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Fanta, Lay's, Pringles, all of them, and Biscoff. It's right now highlighted. They all come to India, and suddenly they are cheap. Cheap in context of pricing.
Yes.
Well, we are consuming it, no doubt. It's somewhere our mistake too that we are consuming it. But such a drastic difference that majority of the ingredients that they use out of India cannot come here.
Okay. What is the cheapest fresh food?
Cheapest fresh food I consume.
Vada pav chaat.
Yeah.
Price is what, 20 rupees now?
25, yeah, 30.
I think as a
30,
kid I had a vada pav at 3 or 5 rupees. Now it's
25, yeah, maybe.
20 rupees.
Yeah.
Right? What is the price of packet of Lay's chips?
10 rupees. And it's been that forever.
Yeah. Or a piece of chocolate of Cadbury's.
10 rupees,
Yeah.
5 rupees. Both categories are there.
So how do I make a product at 10 rupees with a safeguarded packaging which sits under the regulations of the food body authority of the respective countries, made at the mass level and distribute across India, across the globe, still give it to you at 10 rupees. The vast majority of India, we're not price sensitive, we are value sensitive.
Right.
We would pay a 5 rupees and a 500 rupees for the same category if we see the value in it. But it's a long journey, right? But a vast majority of India is still looking for the bang for the buck when it comes to food, right? If I spend 10 rupees, can I fill my stomach? And these global brands are mass brands. We a country that eats 2 to 3 meals out of 4 meals at home, which means psychologically I'm not spending on food. The moment I start spending outside home on food,
I get the mindset.
there's an additional expense to me, right? I don't want to spend.
I get the mindset, and the mind trap.
So how do they make it affordable, right? And for us, affordability is 5-10 rupees.
Yeah,
right?
every penny.
If you look at the entire cost structure from raw material, packaging material, manufacturing cost, transportation cost, all put together, still achieving a 10 rupees price point and that taste, right? It's a Herculean task, right? So yes, the recipes are compromised. I'm not saying no, right? Yes, they are massive, but they are mass brands.
So we are setting off to a journey from Biscoff to Ozempic.
Fair, yeah. I mean, if you cumulatively look at an Ozempic injection and the cumulative spends you had on Lay's, it balances.
Yeah.
You would have made the right choice.
So I find it very interesting that today it's easier than ever to launch an F&B brand. What becomes harder gradually?
10 years back, I think your journey of 0 to 1 was difficult. Finding the first 100,000 customers was difficult. Today, thanks to Instagram and all of that, your 0 to 1 is easily built.
Yeah.
And most of my clients, if they're not for product development, come to us in what we call this as a strategy chasm. 0 to 1 अच्छे से किया हमने. Now we are screwed. We don't know how to move forward from here. Today, I think founders come out in the market to build their brand and build their product in the business with some strategy in the head, right? But what happens is they fail to answer basic questions for themselves first. Most of our work is also very therapy driven. Sometimes when I speak to founders, I feel I'm a therapist. I ask them that if this product works, it'll work and it'll plateau. I don't know when it will plateau. It can plateau at a 10 lakhs top line. It can plateau at a 10 crores top line. But plateau तो होगा, right? क्योंकि product नया है, concept new है. We only work in better for you sort of ecosystem. So what will you do then? Do you have another line of product? A line extension, product extension? Or is this just one passion? You can't build a lasting company on one product. Do you have a psyche?
Yeah, so, what's next?
How
do you reinvent the wheel?
Have you thought that after this, if this works or if this fails, then what? What if this fails at 1 lakh? Have you thought through this? Have you thought through your first 3, 4, 5, 7 years? Right? This is one perspective, which is more product driven, vision driven and all. Second question I ask them is, what is your picture of success? There are so many regional masala players, or tea for the matter of fact. They're in one state, right, doing business of more than 500 crores just by being a regional player. I'm like, sure, you want to do 100 crores business. Why do you want to do pan India and spread thin? Why can't you just do it in your own playground? Can we build for that?
Yes.
Can we think differently?
People are coming here.
And this is the basics, the clairvoyance, or at least I don't expect so much clairvoyance in their vision and all of that, or the roadmap. That's where we come into play and make money. But you are building a business. Do you have a direction for the next 3 to 5 years? Right? That has become harder.
Yeah, makes sense. Moving on to the next one. The more I read and understand marketing, authenticity is the new aspiration. In a future where digital personas and AI generated content are the norms, how would you define true authenticity for a brand or a person?
Communications marketing will help you sell, right? Will help you do your first buying. The loyalty and the longevity of the business will be built on the trueness of the product. And the trueness of the product, the promise, there's a blurred line of you being authentic and true, and people will know eventually, right?
Yeah.
I feel so sad about this question that the entire onus always goes back to the brands.
Of course it does.
It doesn't. It's always about the ecosystem built by the body at the apex, at the top, right? Or any industry is guided by the regulators. So far in India, the brands are able to do it, right? Maybe the ASCI is not having so much control where you can market anything, or FSCI is not having so much control that you can claim anything. Now it's been built up, right?
Yeah.
It cannot be the Bible that has never changed, right? That rule book has never changed,
Right.
So the rules will always evolve. Let be the rules of marketing, the rules of manufacturing, the rules of influencing. If the onus is on the brand, the onus is to make the right product and communicate it well, right? Now, what is that right product? For me, the right product is, if FSSAI allows this, I am fine.
Yeah, as a brand, yes.
What that food farmer is doing, like ripping off all the all the big brands and claiming that real fruit is not fruit, it's just 5% of tomato and tomato ketchup or whatever. He did what he did, right? Sure, I think those kind of awareness is what's needed, but also understand that we were never a country dependent on packaged food. Goes back to the same thing, ghar ka khana and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So it will evolve. It will also force the entire ecosystem to be true, be real, do things the right way, do business the right way. Maybe the pressure on the supplier to source it right and supply it right. Maybe the supply chain guys to deliver it right. For manufacturers to manufacture it right. For brand owners to market it right.
But
Right?
you just said that the FSSAI rules are constantly changing. Something that was okay.
Evolving.
Okay. Evolving. The minute it was okay a year back, and if it's not okay today, what happens to the product? Like somehow this one ingredient was all right as per the rules to use in this particular food product, and now suddenly they are like, no, somebody made a research happen.
This happened in the packet of juice or milkshake, which
Okay.
has that straw, right? The straw was plastic.
Yeah.
Now it's paper. I was part of this transition. They did not give us enough time for the transition. The worst thing was, where you made the right rule, right?
Yeah.
For the ecosystem sustainability and all of that, putting plastic, I rather put a paper and all. Sure, you also did not give us enough time. So somebody would get affected. Now I am procuring a straw at 30 paise, okay? And it's built in my product cost. A paper straw will be at 1 rupees, 3x the price.
Correct.
Right? So my margins are going for a toss. Will I change my MRP overnight? No.
No.
My customers will be affected and all of that. Did you check that did we have enough suppliers? So for example, if all the companies in India were consuming 1 crore straw per month, plastic straws, you need to supply me 1 crore and the ongoing this, right?
Right.
So the ecosystem of paper straw should have been there already. Was it there? No.
Of course it wasn't, but I don't think so that needs to be blamed at a government level or a supply level. I think as a brand, when it's already getting developed, you need to care from the beginning of when you, this is my personal suggestion, nothing to do with right or wrong.
Again, it's a good to have, not a must have.
Yeah, it's a good to have, a must have, that safer than sorry. For to yourself as well as to the consumer.
Sure, but then same thing, right? A 30 paise straw, apropos to 1 rupee straw, will affect my margin.
Of course, it will affect your margin, but if you would sell me something at the price of 15 rupees, which was previously 10 rupees, right? But from the beginning, if it was 15 rupees, and you have more reasons to now market it, because we care, because of the environment, we are using more expensive ingredients, especially food. Food is personal, food is emotional. I think
Ingredient, sure, this was a packaging.
yeah, but
The
it
customers
was
didn't
packaging,
care.
but of course they care. I mean, one of the best brands is Beko. They are thriving on care.
When you're talking about yourself as a customer, let me remind you, you are top 0.1%
I know,
of
I know,
as
I
per the
know,
per
I
capita
know.
income.
I agree.
So you're not representing India. The mass
I know,
India.
but I'm just saying that if a brand from the beginning says that I care and it is, I mean, the numbers are saying Becco is making pots and pots of money by this one reason, saying, I care.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good to have, not a must have.
That's a good.
I mean, today, even if you ask me, in my milkshake, whether I'm drinking with a plastic straw or a paper straw doesn't make difference to me, no.
Okay.
Right? Am I
Yeah.
willing to pay 5 rupees extra? Definitely no.
Fair enough. I think, okay, fine, I get the point here.
Right? So, no, so let me answer your question. Sure, consciousness should come from the manufacturing brand, and we are doing our level, the brands are doing their level best, the influencers are doing their level best, the guiding body is doing their level best, and all of that, right? But in the packaged food arena, we have just started, the game has just begun. Today, I think if you want something to be fixed, right, it's everybody's responsibility. The manufacturer and the brand will come at the helm, right? The control point will be first them, or the blame will be first on them. Sure, and you should be responsible towards caring for the customers and all of that, right? But when you're looking at the idealistic level of evolution, right, then everybody has to work towards it.
I personally use Noah pads. I love them. Why? They are cotton. So the whole sanitary pad has a cotton bedding compared to the Whispers and Stay Frees of India. Why? It's cotton. It's my intimate area, and that's plastic. The first layer on a Whisper or a Stay Free is a plastic layer, and then comes the cotton or the gel or whatever they promote. Why I prefer Noah? It's my intimate area. I am happy that a brand cares. I am okay. Yes, I'm not talking about affordability right now. I'm genuinely not talking about affordability. It's about how you speak as a brand or a product to the people also matters. That how much do you care for us?
So, you know the Maslow's theory of hierarchy, right?
Okay.
Maslow defines the human needs on 5 levels,
Okay.
and at the base is your,
Basic need.
then is safety, security, then love and belongingness, and at the top is self-actualization. What we have started doing now in the product market fit exercise is mapping the brands on the need and the positioning segmentation basis Maslow's.
Okay.
Noah fits on the third, fourth layer. Also, affordability comes into play. I reach that level when I don't care about money because I am secured
हाँ,
at my
मेरा basic
my
मेरी
basics
जगह
are
पे
in
है.
place. Right?
Correct.
Most of the women probably are struggling there.
I
From
agree.
this, right? I don't know the penetration numbers, but back in the day when the entire campaign started about sanitary pads and all, the penetration was when that pad man all revolution
yeah,
happened,
yeah,
the
yeah.
entire disruption happened in the sanitary, less than 15%. That was the state of Indian women. And the intimate hygiene, something that also occurrence. You menstruate every month for 7 days. See the frequency, see the need. It's important. It's a
Yeah.
non-negotiable.
Exactly why I would depend on something that will help me last longer.
So that's what I'm saying. In food also, right?
Exactly
The
why I
brands-
will want to eat something that helps me last longer.
Exactly. So the brands can also be positioned basis that, right? Which are the brands that are catering my need? The mass brands probably are at the lowest level of the mass stores.
Yeah.
The need state is to fill my stomach for
The
the
basic.
price I pay
Correct.
at the lowest level.
But I will not even reach the pyramid up top if I'm going to eat bad quality food at the end of the day. For me to get there, I need to eat really good food. I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes when I feel hungry, I would rather eat a protein shake. I know for 2 hours I'm not going to get distracted. This is my mental myth also. Like it's a personal myth. But I know what can help me last
No.
longer.
A normal, sorry, not a normal, but anybody when they feel hungry would eat food, real food.
Real food.
And
I'm
not,
just saying.
you are drinking protein shake.
I'm just saying.
That's
It's
what I'm
an
saying,
example.
right?
I'm not saying
Again,
take
see
my
the
choice.
see the relevancy.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. Oh, very interesting. Since I said this, I will support it with one of the well-known brands, Super U. It's one of the best thing about Super U is that, right? Like they've made that biscuit wafer protein. If you feel hungry, immediately eat it. As long as you're eating it, at least you're getting that some grams of protein while you are at it. The idea is that quality of food constantly matters, the care that brands should really have for food, because food is something that will actually help any consumer reach that mass pyramid to the top where they will be able to afford everything else around it. But it's just a thought. I'm not questioning the brands. They are doing their best. They are doing what they are set to do.
No, so I'm not debating that quality doesn't matter, right? But quality comes at a price. And today, again, in that Maslow's theory of hierarchy, right? Your basic need of food, your need is to curb the hunger,
Right.
right? That for me to survive, I need food and I need real food,
Exactly.
right? Or rather, I need basic food,
Okay.
correct? So the basic food is roti, sabzi, dal, chawal, right?
Yeah.
Anything, right? Where none of this comes into play. Or else I'll die out of hunger.
I agree.
Correct.
I completely agree.
Also understand that today a lot of problems in general are also lifestyle driven.
I agree.
We have been a lot more sedentary as compared to the previous generation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, oh, yeah.
We have eaten a lot of outside food already as compared to the previous generation, right? If you think about it, our problems are also different from them.
Correct.
They never had this problem of protein and all of that, right? They were healthy.
Yeah.
The women were also
Definitely.
active in the kitchen and household stuff and all of that. The
I
men
agree.
were out there probably almost going on a war or in the factories or whatever it is, right? Transportation or convenience. Everything was not convenience driven, right? So our bodies were different. Our bodies are also evolving or devolving
Yeah.
differently,
Correct.
right? So you'll always have this debate.
We will. See,
Money-
it's just a
we
thought.
also people did not have so much indispensable income,
Correct.
right? To think about all this. Survival was our only first mission, vision, purpose, right? All of this comes as we say new world problems, right? Right? Coming back to your question about the quality and the right kind of food to eat. Yes, we do need that, right? And it will come at a price because, as I said, these formats, these businesses are still new,
Correct.
right? And they will see its massification, affordability, and all of that. But again, it goes back to ecosystem building.
Yeah.
How will I deliver you a great biscuit at 10 rupees? When the entire sourcing will become affordable, when there's so much demand, there's so much supply. It's the law of economics, demand supply, always, right? And when that matches and everything falls in place and everybody's happy and it's a
Yeah.
win-win.
I guess so, yeah. Anyway, moving on. What's something the industry praises today that you think will quietly apologize in 10 years?
Same, I think we are in the rush to make everything convenient. How would you get fresh food delivered in 10 minutes?
I agree.
Right? At one end, we are questioning the processing of food and what's going in my body, etc., and all of that. But at the other end, we are also wanting things so immediately. The hustle culture,
Yeah.
the ever need of getting everything right from the cabs to the food to your maids now, the
Yeah, yeah,
masseuse. Everything is at the click of the button.
Snap
And
it. Yeah, something like that.
the
Snap it.
paying part also is happening through the phones, right? So I think we are also trying to overplay the game of convenience in food. That scares me a lot, right?
Yeah.
It cannot and should not be done. I was talking to one of our competition friends and we were like, why are you doing this business, right? And they said, boss, we are serving to the industry that will never stop. Food, pharmaceuticals, whether it's war or anything, we will want food,
Yeah.
right? And the food industry will need a support system and we will be relevant. And for something that is so necessary for our survival cannot be put in the plug and play model of 10 minutes delivery and 10 minutes convenience, right? So while sure it's making our life a lot more easier, but we might feel sorry about this. It's a sheer need of constantly wanting to deliver at the fastest speed
Making it happen
and
now,
making it
now.
available. I don't think so. Food should function like that. It should calm you down. It should be your home every day, and it cannot be put in the playbook of the convenience.
Well said. Very, very well said. Last but not the least, when the numbers fade and only intent remains, what do you hope your work is remembered for?
I think we are here, and when I say we, it's my company and also everybody else involved with us, right? The entire ecosystem. We are here to put better food on the plate for our generations and the generations to come, right? So I could have done this by making one brand, right?
Yeah.
But I said, no, let me do this differently, right? I don't want to do this alone. I said, as a company, let me work with everybody in the industry, right? As I said, I'm very ecosystem driven. So this is not a battle to fight alone. We are talking about food and so much sensitivity and affordability and quality and all put together. So we want to work with everyone, the client, the brands, the manufacturers, the guys who are sourcing, FSSAI body, the regulators, or whosoever is involved to put India on the forefront of the better for you manufacturing, R&D, and eventually create the ecosystem of having better foods on our plate, right? I think that's what I want to be remembered for.
Awesome.